Again, my friend, none of this truly frightens you off? Reminds you of someone? But now's not the time for talk. You're here for the next part of the story. This one is about an animal who calls himself the skinned seal. 2 weeks after my event with Darchaman, the half-faced tiger, I had been thinking about them, like them. If I was to stay out of their grasp, I had to figure out their path and stop it before I lost my mind. This truly was a battle to me. A war the world not knew of yet, only being fought by dangerous pixelated animals and a 13-year-old girl. There were times of doubt, I won't deny it. What could I do against them? I've still been tasting their power. They changed me. I'm an abomination. I'm no longer human, and once another came to try and get me, I'm going to rip into them and ask them why they've mutated me so. But they've been hiding safely inside a computer screen, somewhere I could not get back at them. It was all up to me to keep them away. I didn't even bother staying away from every screen in my house anymore. I knew they could talk to me directly through my head now. I had come with the conclusion of hopelessness. I couldn't defeat them. They were out of my reach before I had even met the eyeless fox. I couldn't keep them away either, much less take them down. The odds were impossible to be on my side. I fell on the computer chair, groaning with my face in my hands. There was one possibility. I could let them talk to me, relying on my willpower to say no every time. The only problem is I didn't know how many of the CCA there were. I only met 5 of them already, but the half-faced tiger said I had met the leader. And if the leader was the biggest and baddest, I hoped with all my might that I'd never have to meet him. The computer next to me began to beep with an alarming sound. I groaned. Really? Of all the times in the world, it had to be now, with no one home. What? I snapped angrily at the screen, knowing they could hear me. I understand you won't leave me alone, but can you at least work on timing? Oh, come on, we just wanted to talk to you, without anyone hearing. Your parents never leave you alone anymore since you made them think you're insane. A voice came out of my computer. I glared. Who's responsible for that again? A pause from the computer. All right, that was us. But you wouldn't be going insane if you had gone with us after the stab wolf asked. Look, you, I don't want this. I don't want war. I don't want to be one of you creeps. Why can't you just find some other idiot jammer that would be the friends of Eyeless Fox? Because you are the chosen one, it barked. Barked? Well then, no need for invisibility. I rather much like it if you were to show me who you are. I growled at the screen. Out flopped a seal, or should I say a sack of muscles and organs in the shape of a seal. This animal had no skin, no flesh at all. I snorted. Well, I see the bone dragon had one successful meal. The seal scoffed. Like hell. I've been around longer than him, or anyone you've met already. You're moving up the ranks of us. Soon you will find yourself in the presence of your substitute leader. Substitute! Oh man, this just gets more awesome, doesn't it? Your entire system is weaker than I thought. Come on then, tell me more about your CCA. I'll find the straw to break the camel's back. I egged him on. He glared at me, then took a breath and spoke. I'm the Skinned Seal, Tier 6 of the CCA. He sent me to tell you what is going to happen if you don't come with me right now. I made a face. He did this, he did that. I'm not gonna listen to some bastard who won't tell me who he is and use stupid pawns to talk to him. He's a tyrant who thinks he can control animals like slaves to do his own bidding. And if he thinks I'm gonna run off with him into some apocalyptic future in a computer, he is tripping. The Skinned Seal narrowed his eyes. You're more feisty. Naughty girl, that language of yours is rude. You should be ashamed of yourself. I laughed out loud. You should be ashamed of your own actions, you dunce. Imagine if you were real. The government would arrest you for stalking or harassing a teenage girl. He sighed. You've changed, Miss Holdout, but enough of your harsh words. I have business to discuss with you. He says that you must come with me now, or you'll trigger a chain reaction of events that will only bring you pain, loss, and loneliness. What would you rather have, You've seen our power, and we can do so much more. Come with us. The madness is waiting for you. I blinked, unamused. Don't become that ogre made of black blood. I am not that crazy yet. The purposely made sure to detach from anyone in this world of mine that might have been in any danger of trash bags. I have changed. Yes, I've cut off the essential emotions that make me appealing to most humans. And don't think I can't see what you've been doing. Care to explain why I have an Arctic wolf tail attached to me, and in the real world, no less? This time, it was his turn to laugh. Plan B, if you do not come with me the easy way. My wolf tail twitched. I don't think this is an improvement, but I can see what it's for. I have to hide even more now. You're confining me to such a small space that I can't hide from you anymore. Who said I ever could, you and your magic? He ignored me. Come with me now, little girl. Do not make me be mean. I hissed. Go die in a hole. I'm not going with you anywhere. The skin seal sighed, shaking his floppy sack of a head. I truly did not want to do this, but you found the straw that broke the camel's back. And with that, he started to ram himself continuously on the other side of my computer screen, his unprotected meat banging and squelching against the glass screen as it started to crack. Drops of fluid flew from him as I diverted my eyes from the nasty scene. Hey, Misak, what do you think you're doing? I asked, hiding the nervousness I felt in the moment. Do you not remember what the half-faced tiger said? The barriers are falling, and they fall with me, he shouted, flinging himself at the grass barrier one more time. And then the screen just couldn't take any more. The screen completely shattered, and a powerful suction began pulling things into the screen like a portal. I yelped and gripped my chair tightly, feeling the air whipping past my face and disappearing into the screen. The screen faded to a black, and 6 pairs of glowing eyes watched my struggle. I knew who they all were. The eyeless fox, the lonely rabbit, the stabbed wolf, bone dragon, the half-faced tiger, and the skin seal. They all started to chant something that I couldn't hear over the howling of the wind. I couldn't hold on any longer. I squeezed my eyes shut and let go of the chair. In an instant, I felt myself being pulled into their world as I was shrunk and sucked in. I opened my eyes to nothing but darkness, the tiny speck of light from the broken screen fading quickly. I was falling. All around me, the eyes haunted my very existence, and I could hear their chanting. Barriers have fallen. The barriers have fallen. The barriers have fallen. And you have fallen with it. I felt a sharp pain in my body as my skin began to bubble and move. I screeched in agony as my arms became furry legs and paws. My body morphed into an animal. My face turned into a snout. My ears became pointed, and claws sprouted painfully from the nubs of my fingers, or should I say toes. They had turned me into a full Arctic wolf, I realized as I continued falling weakly into nothing. It was hard to breathe. I brought in air in huge wheezing breaths. The eyes suddenly faded, and I barely held my eyes open as I saw the ground I was falling towards at a rapid rate. Serapia Forest? As the land became closer and closer to me, I braced myself for a sickening impact. The last thing I remembered was the loud slamming sound, the awful pain, and the echoing words of the CCA, and everything went black.